All right, hello everybody. I'm gonna make a quick video on the changes to lock that came in. As far as like the raid and M plus is concerned, a bit over the last like 24 to 48 hours, with the demo buffs coming in, as well as the AF buff. There's been a handful of things that have changed, or at least are changing, in both raid and Mythic Plus alike. So the biggest question going into this was: is Demo going to be taking over Destro, overtaking Destro on any fights this tier, based on just the buff it's getting, the Apex talent buffs, a lot of stat cleave this raid tier, and I assume initially the answer would probably be no for the most part, just based on the damage profiles this raid tier and such. But if you end up sorting through, we'll do like a heroic and mythic split here as well. I want to filter by like basically yesterday and today, because before then like semi irrelevant. So let's do this for here, and we'll also grab one from mythic as well. There's actually been a lot more demonology play, I think, than most expected. A majority of fights. So like Nexali was initially a decent bit of destruction and demonology. It felt like it could be a decent demo fight looking at PTR testing. I guess both heroic and mythic here, but it ended up being a scenario where I feel like that there's not as much like travel time between the ads as we thought initially on PTR. That in conjunction with the demo nerfs or buffs coming in to the Apex talent being a really solid like stat cleave fight, demonology is definitely taken over here comparatively to Destro. Actually, second highest parse, even an Affliction here, followed by a Destro or two. It did feel like a bit of a clunky Destro fight. You just like have an ad and blast the boss down, but Demo feels a lot better here. I will say when it comes to Mythic, if you are assigned the go down like into the Soul Well as a Warlock, just play Destro, but realistically, don't go down there as a Warlock because it is terrible for you. But regardless, Demonology's taking over a good bit here. They're mostly playing like the Implosion-esque like cleave build with like Purple Dog. It was buffed later on in PTR, so it does provide a bit more single target comparatively to like Fire Dog at this point. And you're not in a scenario of like constant cleave, so it's still like, you know, bringing a good bit of prio damage as well, right? And Tomb Sentinels, both looking at like heroic and mythic here, is still like a just tried and true Destro fight. Not much else to this. Like 2 spread targets, Destro's Havoc cleave is insane. This patch with like nearly permanent Havoc. It's all Havoc builds here. Mayhem can't be played here. They're too far apart, but Destro build through and through, all Hellcaller play at this point too. Not much really changed here. When it comes to Lost Explorers, though, we're looking at heroic here, basically in this first tab still. There's a demonology parse on top, which is really interesting. It's Robin playing Feather and Bag. So like obviously like more cleave based build playing Fahar here with 2 stack permanent targets, still implosion stuff with the Hell and Back. It's interesting. If you shift gears to Mythic here, there's not really as much Destro here either as there is Demonology. I'm not sure where this is actually going to land. Demo does seem pretty solid here. I feel like Destro has a higher high-end potential, but it really just depends on, I guess, the strat you're doing, the order you're going with bosses. Like having that stat cleave is pretty relevant here. I mean, Robin's 312. These are 313 logs as well, comparatively 315 also. And like this is actually a non-PI kill. Like top log here is PI, but then no PI. So like it very well could be a demonology angle here based on what happens. It does feel a bit more punishing playing demo here compared to others if you're like getting mechanical overlaps or whatever on you compared to Destro, but might end up playing it tonight and seeing where it lands as far as like this fight's concerned. 2 stack targets, really good amount of cleave. Apex buffs come in, they all cleave obviously. Just really strong in general. As far as Mythic's concerned, there's a few kills on Vashnik here. Having 3 fire ads spawning in, being able to have it cleave them whenever they spawn, also pretty good here too. So Destro here, not really surprised. But when it comes to heroic, things have shifted a bit as well. Again, Vashnik is just a wall of demonology. You basically just tank the boss near the purple altar, patch the boss down, and cleave all the smaller ads to spawn in. Not really much else to it. The method strat's been adopted by mostly everyone. This fight might change like next week or so if they deem it worthwhile to come in and like make it so you can't just, you know, stack the boss on one altar a million times. Could be the case, might not be. By the way, Demonology is taking over here as far as heroics concerned. Mythic, though, looks like Destro. Wouldn't be a surprise if it shifts towards Demonology later on, just based on like things becoming easier and cleave ads not needing as much, but there's that. So Zorax are a mix of all 3. I'm a little surprised that Demonology is actually outperforming Affliction here a bit, but the cooldowns do line up in a really awkward state on this fight. You're getting Dark Lair on like probably 215-ish, give or take, which is like towards, I believe, the end of the dig in. I could be wrong based on exact timings there, but Destro felt fine. Demo felt fine too when I played it, but it's been basically a wall of Demo RF over the last couple of days here. I ended up playing it last night. It felt pretty good overall. I don't think Locke's very good in this fight in the first place. When it comes to just damage output, all the above, probably should just be, I don't know. It's either an AF or Demo fight. I think we've seen both. I think Zeri played Demo, TSG played AF on it. And I doubt you're not going to be topping meters either. A lot of mobility or a lot of movement. We lack mobility in a sense. The ramp comes out at a point where we really can't negate the pushback very well, and all our specs take a bit of ramp too to get damage dealt. So there's that. Twin Fangs, I am surprised that there was some demo play in like Mythic Twin Fangs. At this point, Liquid has killed it as well as Echo and Method. I believe THG played Demo for their kill. Zeru played Demo, went Destro back to Demo. The problem with Destro in this fight, this is also heroic, just, you know, to clarify, but the problem with Destro in this fight is you often get procs on like the shielded ads to spawn in. They need to be CC'd to be soaked, and when that happens, it's a wasted, you know, mayhem proc, and that leads to like losing a big amount of damage in the boss. On heroic, you won't see that because there are no shielded ads to spawn in, right? You might get a proc in the back ad every so often, maybe, which is like a little annoying, but not the end of the world. But the shielded ads spawn in so often where you're losing mayhem value is not really worthwhile. It could be an angle later on where you're just playing Havoc on this fight on Mythic comparatively to like Mayhem on heroic, but at this point it's over toss-up. Demonology is really good when it comes to like the stack cleave ads in the back, the 3 smaller worms to spawn in, you have to cleave down. You can do a lot there. As far as Desh was concerned, it really doesn't do a whole lot. I didn't even bother swapping to them when it came to our kills. It's like I turn, cast a Chaos Bolt, and it's already dead. Like, just sort of an awkward situation to be in. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Demo rise up here. The targets, the bosses are close enough where you can cleave both when it comes to just having like natural Demo rotation. Your pets cleave, Handy Ghoul cleaves, Implosion cleaves. They're close enough for Seed cleaves, obviously Mayhem procs, but the Demo Apex buffs and the stat cleave are really interesting and have made it an interesting choice here as well. So wouldn't be surprised for them to be more of a Demo fight in the long run for Mythic whenever we end up seeing more guilds pulling that, which should be probably, you know, later on this week actually. When it comes to Nimissa, I just bit of a skip ahead here. Whatever you want. The fight's free and heroic. Mythic is a disaster, but it's been Demo and AF mostly. If you want to like mass meat grinder the ads and things down, Demo's good there. If you want to like just seed spam the ads, AF's good there too. It's a toss up. Whatever you want to play, the fight's free and heroic. When it comes to Coiled Altar and Oolletch, though, I haven't really seen much Coiled Altar prog at all from World First Guilds yet. Liquid just killed Twin Fangs a few minutes ago here. And I don't know if we've seen much from Method or Echo. I think Echo went dark. Method might have pulled a few times. I don't know. Either way, Coiled Altar is interesting because the top log is actually not even playing the Felguard when it comes to this fight. And with the buffs that came into the 350% buffs that came into all our pets, like Imp, Voidwalker, Fellhunter, and Shivara or whatever, it looks to actually like possibly just be outscaling the Felguard. So like here it's like Syad damage at 4.41, which you have to factor in the damage amp in this fight too, right? Like the Syad does do a bit more damage due to Whiplash than like the other pets, excluding Felguard for any spec, because like it has a stacking damage amp. It's very minuscule, but it is something. It's doing about 5% during the damage amp, a bit more. Hello, Trinos. Oh, hello. I see you. Hello. Hello.
What, me?
Okay, there he is. But yeah, right around 5% during the damage amp, roughly. If you end up looking at like a log, let's go like, let's see if we can find one here. Let's go like Coiled Altar. Let's grab this fourth one. Find like a non-succubus log. This is no succubus Syad right there. I don't want to dig too far through this, honestly, but let's see here. Yeah, there's this. Oh, this is actually interestingly enough. This is actually a Fellhunter log for kicks. And then I guess we look here. Yeah, Syad stuff. I'm not gonna dig through all this, but either way, yeah, Syad and or other pets are looking to possibly be better here. Maybe in general for Demonology, I heard there's a Zorax log. It's actually like rank 1 or 2 that has the Syad over the Felguard. We've lost all our Felguard talents. We lost Immutable Hatred. We lost all the damage amps. The ones that are around don't do anything anymore. Demo's trees for Felguard stuff, like its talents are sort of a mess. They need to be reworked at some point. Is it going to happen? Probably not, let's be honest here. But could be a world where you're playing a non-Felguard build over the next few weeks until they come into hotfix and or buff the Felguard. So we'll see where that lands, but in general, Demonology is beginning to take over a lot in Coiled Altar. You have like single target in phase 1, phase 2, barring the ag cleave in phase 2. During the damage amp, like you have a big damage amp, you can Tyrant, get a bit of extra value there, obviously. And in phase 3, it's just 2 stack targets, which Demonology excels at, right? Your Apex talents are buff, massive cleave. So a lot of Demos taking over here. Dronako was playing AF, which looked pretty interesting too. Death's Embrace value with 2 low health targets. The AF buffs in general seem pretty good. Dark Harvest cleave. Playing a grass build here too. It does feel like Demo's likely a bit better. I played it in RA last night too, and it felt pretty solid overall. I wouldn't fault you playing either, but it's sort of interesting. This is one of the fights we thought Destro should be really good. 2 targets in phase 2, in phase 3, and it just sort of ended up not really being we thought. at all. Surprising, but I guess the buff changed these a bit. And when it comes to Oolletch, this is an interesting fight. I played Demo in this last night. I don't really know where this is going to land because like Destro does bring the most like relevant boss damage. I would assume when it comes to like phase 1. I haven't dug through this a whole lot. If you filter by boss damage to bosses, a lot of Destro here, a little bit of Demo, 5 PIs, pretty sick. Nice game we play, and one like other parts here, 5 PIs. But Destro's like looking pretty good as far as boss cleave is concerned. Obviously, cleave tail, cleave boss, and the heart. When it comes to like raw damage, though, the top logs are actually like an Affliction. But a lot of this is going to be based around like ag cleave too. Like if you go to like their damage breakdown, let's see here, like their breakdown, like Oolletch 47.81 million, Raw Link 32 million, Venomous Heart 27, which is actually still boss, Doom Scale 15. If you go to like raw Link damage, let's see here, overall like Aff is just dominating. So I mean, if you need rolling damage for whatever reason, I guess technically that could be a thing, but probably not needed a crazy amount. We'll see where it goes though. 3 interesting and varying damage profiles. I played Demo here and it felt pretty good. Your damage in phase 1 felt pretty rough. Like phase 2, when you had constant stat cleave on the Indian mission, and when phase 3 ramped up more and more, like it actually felt pretty solid. There's the ads and melee that are stacked. I think the Shriekers, whatever they're called, you can cleave on them as well as the boss. Your egg damage felt a bit awkward, but just is what it is. Have somebody else kill it. It's whatever. You have more of a relevant damage profile here and during the burns. So yeah, there's that. Demo's starting to take over a good bit though. If like once again looking at heroic stuff, like all bosses, I am semi-surprised that it's taken over a couple specs, mainly on like World Altar and things. But honestly, hey, I'm not that frustrated with it. Destruction tier, fine with me. I wouldn't mind seeing more specs mixed in. Wanted to buy a couple more AF buffs. Let's make AF good in single target. We can just be walking gods everywhere. But yeah, so overall, I mean, when it comes to like heroic boss filters, sort of Warlock here, and Tomb Sentinel still Destro stuff, obviously. Nexali is more Demo based. Tomb Sentinel's Destro. Vashnik, Demo, but if you're doing Mythic, it's still Destro. Explorers is a mix of both. It might just land on Demo at this point. It's hard to say. So Zorax, probably Demo or AF, depends where it lands. Twin Fangs, on Heroic, still Destro with Mayhem. On Mythic, you might see a lot more Demo. World Altar, I think mostly Demonology. Oolletch probably Demo or Destro. I think AF's with Patty here, but we'll see where that lands. Looking at Mythic Plus briefly as well, Demonology is cranking in Mythic Plus. Like the damage output you do is just very, very real. Even before the buffs came in, like Arcane Mage is really solid, but Demonology was like exceptionally strong when it came to like just stat consistent cleave, which we knew it would be from PTR. But looking at what's happened over the last like couple days here, like Demonology has taken over everything, right? There's a few like pre buffs to 24th and all that, but like it's just a wall of Demonology, right? I do think on the high end pre-buff, like Destro was really good. You can see rank 1 here in Altar of Fangs was a Destro key from today actually. And the 30% rain of fire buff does help there, but I feel like when it comes to just overall consistent damage, Demo's just better. Like you've got short CDs, minute tyrant cycle. Destro's good with Infernal and stat constant cleave. You can get Rain of Fire cleave and Cataclysm, Lake of Fire cleave, all that without it, or hitting like pugs. I was already playing Demonology for the majority of like this patch, and I think Demo's just going to excel. Like it's just really strong. Constant stat cleave profile. With the buffs coming into the Apex as well as other abilities. I mean, look at this. Like we're just like it's just gapping in many keys. So now the unfortunate part about this is like Demonology still lacks when it comes to utility. You've got a bad kick, you've got no raid buff, no party buff. Gateway and Hellstone are not a party buff or a raid buff, especially really when it comes to Mythic Plus, right? They're nice, but not like they're not Mark of the Wild. They're not like, Chaos Bright, Mystic Touch, Fort, AI, whatever you want to name it, right? So, but I think we could possibly be in a world where the damage Demonology puts out is so strong, you might just play Demonology over like that third DPS spec in general. What do you think, Ted? I think Demonology is going to be number 3 overall here.
Dude, I was doing a key with the Demo Warlock earlier today, and he did infinite damn.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just sort of gapping in a lot of keys here, bro.
How big was the buff? 10%?
I mean, it was in a stack cleave setting, I think 10 to 11, but I'm not sure exactly.
The Chinese, what level is this?
It's a 17. There's a bunch of them. It's just,
what does the front page array look like?
I haven't looked actually. Let me see. We can take a look.
You probably want to show the chat too.
I will. I'm just pulling it up. I don't want to leak I want to dox myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, time
runs. Yeah.
Yeah.
They swapping a hunter at all, or Warlock at all?
Well, I mean, this is like, I guess it's more or less today.
Oh, I guess they haven't even had their reset yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Here's
the US.
The CN region, they're gonna swap immediately if it's like super OP.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing you kind of keep track of is like CN will swap insta to the best thing.
There's not much in the US. I don't really see much here at all. It's filtered by the correct date. I guess it would be like, so, hey, there's a couple here. There. Going down more.
I mean, it's 17.
Murder Row and RLP.
People are doing 19s, right?
Yeah. I mean, Luna plays EU. I don't know if anyone swapped EU yet or not.
Yeah. Oh, there's
a couple,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's Looney there. Micro right there.
I mean, how's
17.
Looney's damage looking?
I mean, I just had it up. He was, where'd he go? There, he's just gapping.
And
like,
I mean, so he's playing with good people too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, like, the damage output seems exceptionally strong. It's very consistent cleave. I think Destra in the high ends might be a little better, like max stack cleave with like Rain of Fire and Cataclysm. But honestly, Demo can be really good, man. The question is like, is it good enough to knock one of them, like the other meta classes out, right? So,
is it better than Ellie Shaman?
What's that?
It's a question of like, is it better than Ellie Shaman?
Is it better than Ellie Shaman? Well, Pekka would say no, but I mean, you know. Yeah. So we gotta see where that lands. But definitely interesting. Meta looks to be evolving and shaping up a bit here too, as well. I mean, like these changes do affect a little bit. Are they tuning again this week or no? Do we know?
Yeah, Friday.
Okay, so we'll get more tuning probably announced in a couple days. I doubt it'll be nerfs to anything. It's mostly just buffs for underperforming classes, but we'll see if they want to adjust things based on what they buffed already. So that's that. Yep, we'll see where it goes. Thanks for watching, and see you later. Cam, say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.